Welcome to our Makerspace video. Today's Makerspace will be using our 3D pen, and we're going to be doing a state of Virginia example. Again, when you go to use the Makerspace, you do need to have a waiver that's signed by both yourself and your parent. It's for grades 6 through 12. You need to be a patron in good standing with under $5 in debts, and you will bring up the card. Whoops, it's upside down for the 3D design, and the librarian will come here and you will get the box for it. And in this box, you also want a piece of cardboard just to protect the surface. You're going to get the pen, and I'm going to plug it in now so that it will warm up. It's going to come on red. There's some examples. This one is the state of Virginia. I have some leaves here. I have a turkey. Thanksgiving is coming up. I'll put in some Christmas type things too. I have a reindeer, a Thanksgiving cornucopia, pumpkin template, some leaves. You might try and do your name. So I'm going to show you a 2D, and I will do another one later for a 3D. So within the kit, you have the pen. There's different colors of filament. This one here will take a whole, almost a whole stick, and then I'm also going to put a little heart on it. So we have different colors. If we run out of a color, we do have additional, please let us know. And there's scissors, and there's some directions here, so if it gives you some trouble. So I have to wait for the pen to warm up. You do need to make sure that the table is plugged in on the floor. If it's not plugged in, you're not going to go anywhere quickly. And you might, when you first use it, it might print out some, it might push out some of the another color, maybe whoever had it in there before, so you're not going to start right on your project. So I'm going to put this filament in, and it's just like a pen. You're going to hold it like a pen, and when it's set, it's going to go to a blue. So it does take a moment or two to warm up, and it has two buttons. It has a fast and a slow, and you're going to use the fast for backing out your filament. All right, so I've gone to blue, and when you do it on the paper, you don't want to go too fast, or else it's going to lift up, and you're going to get your filament is going to curl. So I'm going to press the slow one, and you can hear the motor engage. So it'll take it a moment, and I'm gonna slowly outline this, and I'm gonna hold it up in a second here once it starts coming out. And like I said, I just had a blue one in here, so I need to, and I've put a gray one in there just cause it'll show up the heart pretty good. So we'll take a moment for it to come, well, I didn't push it all the way in. And it is like a pen. You don't want to touch the point because the point does get warm. And when you are done, you're going to want to let it cool for a moment. All right, come on, you can do it. Okay, and when you are going across your surface, you're going to want to drag it like you're writing an unbroken line. So it's slowly coming out now because I had the red in there before. I'm just making sure. So I don't want to start that on the paper because I want to use the gray. Slowly coming. So you're going to start around, and if it starts curling up on you, that means you're going a little too fast. So you do want to kind of go slow, and you want to keep your line unbroken. It's kind of hard to see this gray. So you're following the state, and then I'm going to make a lattice across it because I want it to hold together when I'm done. And you want to go a little slower, else you're going to get really thin lines, which is what I'm doing here. I'm kind of trying to speed it up. So it does smell like burning plastic here, but that's okay. That's what you're doing. And now I'm going to start making a lattice work on my state. If you do your name, you want to do it like you're writing, and you want to go slow. And like I said, if you're going too fast, the filament will curl up. So you don't want that to happen because then it doesn't look so pretty. So I'm going back and forth, not a big deal. And then it's going to use most of this filament. If you have something you want to do and you want to do a lot, you might need to check with us because we want to give everybody a chance to try and use this kit. So I'm just going kind of back and forth, and you do want to touch your outline. And now I'm going to go across my state so that when I go to pull this up, it will come up and not break. And like I said, I think this would be kind of a cool Christmas ornament. We're getting to that time of year. Whoops, I pressed the button. It is like a pen, so you know, if you press the button, just press it again. It's okay, it'll start right up. And some of these I'm breaking because I'm going too fast. So you do need to slow down so that you can get a nice even flow. You want it to look pretty. It'll look nice. Alright, I'm getting up to the top of the state. And I think I'll fill in some of these places that I kind of went by too fast. Okay, so when you're done with the particular color, and you can use more than one color, that's okay. And when you are done with one, you're going to want to snip the end, because if we put them in, we don't want a trailing piece of it. Alright, so I'm going to stop it, and then I'm going to press the fast button, and it is going to, oops, double it. Okay, so it should stop, and then it should allow you to pull this out once you press the fast button. And if it goes too far, too small down there, you might have to let it come all the way through. Double click fast, slow to reverse. Okay. Okay. It just took it a moment longer. So now I want to put the red in. And you might have to fiddle with the buttons a little bit. Like I said, there is directions. There's a direction sheet. And now I'm putting the red one in, and I'm going to hit slow because I want to do a red hot on my state. Come on, you can do it. And probably will come out gray for a moment. Just make sure it's pushed down. Here it comes. I can see the red starting to come. Still with some gray in the pen, so it's fishing that out. So, you know, you might use the rest of your paper. So here comes the red now. So I'm going to stop it for a second. Alright, so now I'm going to do my heart of my state. So I'm going to go on my paper and just start my heart. And again, you don't want it curl up, so you want to just, like a pencil, you can kind of drag in the pencil more so than what you would normally do when you're writing. And like I said, later this month or maybe next month I'll also, alright, and then I'm done, and then I'm going to back off that one and let it set for just a moment, and then you should be able to peel off your design. So you just gotta, I'm just kind of running my thumbnail under there. So let's start over here too. I've kind of used this piece of paper a few times. I'll put a couple extra in here. So here, and obviously you've got to have your edges all connect, or else it's not going to come up together. And I lost a little bit of the side of the state there. So, and I got a little piece of the paper. So here's my gray one. I had done a blue one, and here's one I had done earlier in the year. So you're welcome to make one, and then, you know, try out a different type design. Like I said, you can do, you know, your name or one of the designs, or if there's something you'd like to trace out. And again, I'll try and do a 3D one later in the month. Thank you for using our Makerspace, and this is starting today, November 30th. And please remember to back out the filament when you're done, and unplug it so that it will be cool for when you return it to the front desk, and you do need to return the tub. Thank you, and I hope you have a good time. Yay! And unplug it and let it cool down, because it does get warm. And any of the filament, this one's kind of stringy at the end. You just want to cut it so it's flat, so we can reuse it for some other things. Especially if people are putting hearts, we're not going to use a whole piece of filament. So I hope you have a good time using the Makerspace this time.